do not go to these camps. I repeat, do not go to these camps. The government is now building these camps all over the place, and a major one was just discovered, and they just opened it up, and they are now telling hundreds of people to go there right now. All right, so they're building these camps, and they want to consolidate people into them. Okay, people's homes are being destroyed. They are forcing them to evacuate, and now the government has these massive camps. That's what they're calling them, quote, evacuation camps. And you are going to be forced to live on government property, all right? And this government combine, this government camp here that they set up, this is going to be your new life after your home and your land and your business has been completely destroyed. This is what they're setting up right now. One of them just opened up, and they have hundreds of people going there right now. Okay, so this is a big deal that they're building these camps, and they are now putting them out into the open and exposing them. And they're saying, look, we have these camps built for you, and they're great. And that's literally what they're calling them, quote, evacuation camps. That's what the official government word that they are calling them right now. Okay, so they're saying, look, we have this great place for you to go to. It's this great evacuation camp because, sorry about that, your home just got destroyed and it just got burned down from one of these crazy weather manipulated storms or from one of these insane fires that we are seeing. Okay, so this is the goal that they are going to push, and there's a lot of suspicious stuff going on. They are building these, quote, fire evacuation camps. All right, fire evacuation camps. That's what they're calling them, and that's what the government is calling them. And they're building them all over, and they just opened a major one that over 300 people are going to in Canada, right north of Seattle. All right, so this camp is probably an hour and a half north of Seattle, Washington, and this is related to the massive fires they're having right outside of Kelowna. Okay, so Kelowna's been burning for the past 2 weeks, and it's right up on the edge of the city, and this is like a major city in BC Canada. All right, it's one of their bigger cities, and a ton of people live there, and the fires are right up against the city, and it's taken out a lot of the homes and a lot of buildings in Kelowna as well. Well, right near Kelowna, about 20 minutes from it, they are building in Kamloops. They just opened up these massive camps. They're calling them evacuation camps, and they have these mobile homes on this lot. They're saying, hey, this was a cornfield just a little bit ago, and they're building these camps all over the place, and they're just stuffing a bunch of mobile homes in there and evacuating people there and saying, look, your home's gone, your home's burned down, sorry about that, but now you can live in this camp. All right, this is what's happening right now to people, and they're saying they've already put over 300 people in one of these camps, in the Kamloops camps. All right, and they're saying they are building these all over the place to deal with these fires. They are building them in northern Canada. All right, the fires are really bad up there near Yellowknife. All right, and the Northwest Territories way up there. They're building them up there, and there's even talk that they're building them in the United States as well to start dealing with these fires and these disasters. All right, so this is the start. And these camps are literally being built by the federal emergency agencies in Canada. Okay, and they had the governor of BC going and visiting these camps, and they're even calling them camps. Okay, so this is the solution. This is what they want to do. They want to burn down everyone's home. They want to they want to contaminate it. Look at what happened in Ohio, East Palestine. Contaminate your home, and then they want to make it completely worthless, so you just have no value. All of your equity is gone, and your home, your loan is completely messed up. Okay, and hopefully you have fire insurance. A lot of these people don't have fire insurance, and they haven't updated their insurance to deal with inflation and all this stuff, values going up, home prices going up. So this is a major issue, and people's homes and lives are being burnt to the ground, destroyed, and then they're saying, hey, here's this camp, literally this evacuation camp for you to go live in. So this is the plan, these 15-minute cities, these smart cities. And we might not even get that. We might not even get the technological advances of that. It might just be everyone's homes are destroyed and burnt down, and you're just living, essentially, they just consolidate everyone into these camps. They're literally calling them camps. Okay, they just want to consolidate people into that. So please hit it up for me down there to get this video out to more people, because they're building these all over the place. They are spreading, and this seems like a big part of their plan. And they even tried to take over a homemade local camp in Lahaina. Outside of Lahaina, the federal government tried to come in and take it over. Okay, so this stuff's big. This seems like the plan. And it's so suspicious what's happening there in Hawaii as well, too, because they have these underground military tunnels. There are tunnels all over Hawaii, okay? And I'm not saying anything happened, but it just makes it that much more suspicious that we have thousands of children missing. And there are military bases and tunnels all over Hawaii connecting the different islands, okay? And the NSA's main base is in Hawaii, actually, in a tunnel underground, all right? And they have these tunnels all over. They built them for a bunch of different reasons, but they have these military tunnels in Hawaii connecting all the different islands. And hundreds of children are now missing. All these people are missing. Okay, so I'm not saying anything's happening, but it's just another very suspicious thing. And now they have this black fence up. They're blocking it off. And a lot of the tunnels connect to right near this area. So it's just very suspicious what's happening here. And if this was a real emergency, maybe they should have let people go into these tunnels. Okay, maybe they should have let people go in and evacuate there to be safe. All right. But I'm worried that potentially something else could be going on. And it's just something I thought about. Okay, it's something I thought about because they're building these camps. Okay, we've had stuff like this in American history. We've had Japanese internment camps in American history before. Okay, so I'm not saying that that's coming back, but there's a precedent set there that this can happen here. And now they're building these facilities all over the place to deal with these emergencies and these very suspicious fires. All right, so what do you think is going on here? Do you think that they want to get people into these camps? And it's on government land. It's on government land, government camp, government building. It's all of it. You're just like, now you're locked in and you're trapped here. And where do you go from here now? How do you rebuild from this? And a lot of these areas, you can't even, they put so many regulations on it that you can't rebuild your own home in this own area because they say it's so unsafe. They say this is what happens in Florida, is you can't rebuild your home in these devastated areas because the insurance is so high. All right, the premiums are so high that nobody can afford to live here, and no builders will even rebuild your home here. And I know people personally in Florida, Sarasota, Florida, personally, that they still have tarps on their roof from hurricanes a few years ago. All right, this is crazy that this is happening. And this is what they do. They overregulate these areas. They make it impossible to live there after they destroy it with a major disaster like this. And speaking of Florida, there's a major hurricane moving towards Florida right now. Okay, so if you are in Florida, they've actually declared a state of emergency for most of the counties in Florida, and you need to be getting prepared. You need to be getting stocked up. You need to have a generator. You need to have the gas tanks filled up. You need to be, if you are in flood zones, get away. All right, get away. These storms have been unpredictable. I've been seeing insane radars that just do not make sense. Radars that will boggle the mind, and they don't look natural. Okay, it looks like they are doing this grid patterning, and they are sending these high-powered frequencies through the ionosphere, okay, and manipulating the weather. That's what these weather patterns look like, Okay, so something is going on, and I've seen these weather patterns personally that look very similar to this, and they are not natural. They are not real, and there is manipulation going on. So if you're in Florida, be prepared. There could be a major event. The storm could be a lot worse. There could be an amplification at any moment. Okay, so if you're in flooding zones, get out of there, get your generator, get your gas, and start praying, because you don't want to get hit. You don't want to get devastated. I'm telling you, there's people down there that still, their homes are just destroyed years later. They can't get insurance. They're just fighting them. Some of these insurance companies went out of business. It's a disaster. They are trying to get these people to not have access to their home and their land. They're trying to consolidate these areas, okay, and take them over. And that's what these camps are all about. So please hit it up for me down there to get this video out to more people. People need to know, and people need to be warned. Do not go to these places, okay? And a lot of people are just desperate. They have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go. Their home was just burned down. But now you could just be trapped in this situation where you're desperate and you can't get out of this government funded community here. Okay, you're just trapped here and desperate, and you might be stuck here for a while. Okay, and if a major emergency happens, you do not want to be in these controlled areas. You want to be away from them. Okay, because you're gonna have rationing. You're gonna be the first one to be hit with all this stuff. All right, so make sure you hit it up down there to get this video out to more people. I really appreciate that. And make sure you're getting yourself and your family prepared. All right, start exercising, start working out, start getting outside more, start getting your skills up. Okay, start gardening, start hunting, start growing, animal husbandry. All these things are going to be more critical as time goes on. And learn how to dig some trenches. If you're in these fire areas, even Louisiana got hit, all right? Even Louisiana's getting hit right now. If you're in these fires, dig a trench around your property, all right? Rip a trench. If you have a backhoe, rip a trench. And if you don't, just get out there with your hands, dig a trench, okay? Have water tanks, because they're shutting off the waters. All these major fires, they keep shutting off the water. It just happened again in Louisiana, all right? They keep shutting off the water and not allowing people to protect their own land and their own home. All right, so get yourself prepared. It might come down to it where it's just you, and it's up to you to protect your home and protect your land from many different threats. We have a ton of different threats on the horizon, and it's getting down to where it might just be you and your family, or you and your small community defending from whatever the threat is that is rolling in. All right, and we see it, and we see the plan, and we know that they want to get us off our land and get us into these smart cities, these grid cities, and even now these camps. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have big blessings for your family. You guys have truly blessed me and my family, and I hope you have a big old blessed day.